The corporate mandate that frames planetary collapse as an acceptable operational cost is not merely a narrative of dystopian greed, but a reflection of the emotional detachment you have been trained to accept as professional necessity. And true survival requires not just executing extraction protocols with precision, but integrating the weight of ecological grief until leadership becomes an act of radical stewardship rather than mechanical compliance. In Eden's End, M.J.Markgraf transforms the space opera trope into profound exploration of interstellar sovereignty and embodied accountability, proving liberation isn't found in escaping the dying world, it's forged in honoring the life beneath the ledger when every corporate directive demands you remain asset. This psychologically precise narrative makes every evacuation order feel like both duty and elegy, where consent to lead is negotiated through ethical clarity rather than assumed authority, and peace means protecting your humanity when the mission demands you sacrifice it for profit. From recycled air and dying star narration, listeners enter worlds where logistics is syntax and presence is the only unbreakable compass, perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent space opera where male vulnerability defies genre expectations. When Blue Star Enterprises Captain Kalen Vance is ordered to oversee the final extraction from Idealfor, he expects routine deployment, not to discover the planet's collapse mirrors the exact suppression he's endured beneath years of performative efficiency. And Alara's xenobiologist's quiet refusal to accept sanitized casualty projections creates partnership-defying corporate protocol. Navigating failing systems and buried attractions, Kalen realizes this mission isn't about completion, but recalibration, with Markgraf avoiding reducing Kalen to loyal company man or Alara to sentimental scientist, instead crafting radical reciprocity within constraint, where trust is earned through honoring boundaries even as catastrophe blurs them. And audiobook narration amplifies this alchemy by capturing Kalen's disciplined focus fracturing into clarity, and Alara's guarded intensity revealing warmth beneath vigilance, making listeners feel seismic shifts of souls, learning some missions can only be honored when you stop letting balance sheets define their validity. What elevates this beyond typical space opera fare is portraying command intimacy as somatic practice rather than romanticized heroism, with Kalen confronting how corporate culture equated worth with output, while Alara creates sanctuary where his doubt exists without diminishment, their relationship evolving through shared silences during system failures, bypassing performance, rhythms protecting both operational integrity and psychological safety, and mutual defense against executives mistaking conscience for insubordination, supported by crew members encoding suppressed grief, indigenous survivors carrying intergenerational weight, and the dying planet itself absorbing centuries of unspoken bargains, reinforcing that in extraction-based systems, tenderness toward loss is technique, and presence is sustainable resource, with navigation decisions mirroring emotional attunement and evacuation priorities becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is immersive descent into sacred reckoning, with narrators embodying Kalen and Alara with remarkable distinction, sound design anchoring existential stakes through distant hull groans, rain against viewport glass, and hushed breath syncing with moments of clarity, pacing mirroring operational cadence from deliberate reflection to surging awakenings, ultimately redefining space opera by centering male emotional labor within corporate frameworks and affirming that sometimes the most powerful act is choosing to mourn what cannot be saved, honoring whole self even in landscapes shaped by erasure.